Okay guys, so today we're going to be talking about what you should be wearing when you're sailing. So we want to be able to change our clothing depending on the temperature and the weather that's outside, and if there's a lot of wind and stuff like that. And we also want to make sure that we're completely safe when we're out on the water as when we're on land. Alright, so what kind of weather, the two biggest extremes, do you think you can get when you're sailing?
Super hot, lots of sun.
Okay, so sunny and hot. Jake, what do you think?
And rainy and windy and storm.
Rain and wind, and probably would be cold that day too, right?
Very cold.
So, two biggest extremes. Alright. What do you guys think would be the basis for what you should be wearing when you're out in the boat?
A life jacket.
Awesome. Nicole, what do you think you should be wearing?
I'm thinking some sort of a bathing suit, clothing wise, that something works in the water.
Okay, so bathing suit. Anything else do you think you should be wearing?
Protective footwear.
Alright, shoes. That's a good one. Okay. So let's say it's really, really sunny. You're going to be out on the water all day.
Sunglasses.
That's a good idea. There we go.
Sunscreen.
Sunscreen? Okay, we'll just draw it on like that. So, got sunscreen, sunglasses.
Something on your head, maybe?
Yeah, maybe a hat. There you go. Okay, so let's say it's a really windy and rainy day. What do you think you should be having on, maybe? To keep yourself warm.
A windbreaker?
Yeah, a windbreaker. Kind of like a raincoat too, because you want to try and keep yourself dry. Hopefully you're not falling in the water when you're sailing. And it's raining and it's cold. So you're warm. You have all your stuff on. You're ready to go. Let's say you're maybe a little bit more experienced than you are right now. Should there be any extra things that you might want to bring with you, like if there's a race or something like that? Some people like to wear watches, so then that way they have really good starts. But you guys aren't quite there yet, but you still might want to think about it for in the future. And then also, if it's a really, really cold day, and let's say you're doing fall sailing or spring sailing, you're going to want to wear a wetsuit, because that's actually going to keep you
warmer for sure.
Warmer for sure, and it's going to make sure that the waves, the water that is getting on you is keeping you warm. Alright, perfect. So we have our guy dressed up. Anything you guys think maybe to protect your hands? You can also wear gloves. You don't need it right away, but on a really windy day, you don't want to get rope burn on your hands or something like that, because that really hurts. There we go. Awesome. So I think our guy's all set to go sailing. Something you want to make sure is before you go out in the water, you want to check the temperature, and you want to make sure it's going to stay that way all day. If it's not going to, you want to have it's going to get colder or warmer. If it's going to get colder, you want to put maybe some extra clothes in your coach's boat, and you want to make sure that you're prepared for any of the circumstances. Before you go out, if it's really, really warm out, you want to make sure that you don't have too much stuff on. You want to keep it really simple with shorts and a t-shirt. You don't want to get hyperthermia and have your body's temperature get way too warm. When you're out on the water and let's say you are getting too warm, you want to be able to drink tons of water, so bring a water bottle with you or put it in your coach's boat again. Any of your extra stuff that you want with you, or even just dunking your hat into the water and stuff like that can help cool you down. If it's a really cold day and it's windy and it's raining and the waves are splashing on you, you want to make sure that you have either a splash jacket, a raincoat, or a windbreaker. You want to be able to keep your upper body warm for sure. On top of that, you can wear a wetsuit, so in that way any of the waves that are splashing on you, the water is being held in, and it warms up your body actually. To make sure that your extremities stay warm, you want to be wearing gloves or booties, anything that really just like helps give you an extra layer. Like underneath your raincoat, you're going to want to wear clothing that dries really, really quickly. And when you come in off the land, you're going to make sure that you have dry clothes, because if you have to stay in your cold, wet clothes, it's just a cold waiting to happen. So now we're going to look at some of the stuff that you brought with you. So we're going to look at what you're wearing and what stuff that you brought with you. So Danica, you seem to be wearing like a dry, fast top, which is perfect because once you're out on the water and let's say you do fall in the water, you want to be able to get out, dry really quickly, and then that way you don't get cold. And Nicole, I'm seeing that you're wearing a hoodie, so that's something that you don't want to wear, especially if it's like thick or made of cotton, because that's gonna like...
Should I take it off right now?
No, it's
okay.
fine. But it's gonna weigh you down in the water, and you don't want that too. Okay, so shoes-wise, Nicole, you brought running shoes, old running shoes, which is perfect, and that's awesome. And they might take a little bit longer to dry, but at least then you know that your feet are protected. And Danica, you brought flip-flops, which we don't want because they can fall off when you're in the boat, and they don't really protect your toes if you like bump them or something like that. I see that you also brought a hat, which is really good though, because now it covers more of your face. Nicole, you did bring sunglasses, but I feel like a hat protects your face a little bit more from getting sunburns and stuff like that. So we're also going to look at some of the stuff that I brought with me. So you got your life jacket, and any life jacket works, but I have this one because I can move better in it. And then I also brought some stuff with me. So I have my hat, which is important, sunscreen. So this one's 30, and it also is like waterproof sunscreen. So it stays on even if you do get wet, which is super important because you don't want to get a sunburn that way. Sunglasses. Then I have my stuff with me. So I have booties, which are like water shoes, but they're like extra tough for like water sports. So you can buy these if you think that you're going to be like sailing a lot more often or more intensely, but you guys don't really need it right now. And then I also have my gloves. So then you got your raincoat in case it's a rainy day, and you also have a bodysuit. So my one is just for the legs pretty much, and it covers a bit of my upper body but not my arms, but you can definitely get ones that cover your arms too. If you're wearing something like this and it's a really cold day, you'll want to wear a long sleeve shirt that dries quickly too, so then that way you can like layer up and be a little bit warmer. And then I also brought an example of a t-shirt that isn't cotton, but like it still dries really quickly. Okay, so any questions? Alright, did you guys want, what we're going to do is we're going to try it on, and you guys have to tell me what you're dressed for. So you can use some of your stuff and use some of my stuff, and Danica, I want you to dress up like you're going into cold weather, and Nicole, I want you to dress up like you're going into warm weather. And we'll just share my life jacket.
You can have the booties.
Okay.
I get warm weather?
Yes, you're warm weather.
And it's leather.
Awesome. So that's perfect. You guys got everything right. Any just like extra things would be like Danika's wearing a hat even though it might not be the sunniest day, which is still a good idea because it keeps the hair out of your face, so then that way you can still like see and stuff like that. And keeping your hair like tied up would be a good idea too. Yeah, it's perfect. Good job, guys. We're ready to go sailing.
Yay!